My goal for this project was to just use one piece of luan to create the spruce tree. I drew a triangle from the base, which is 4 feet wide, up to the center of the top of the luan. So this tree will be 8 feet tall. Using the triangle as a guide, I then drew in the branches with a sweeping motion. And here you can see me cutting them out with the jigsaw. There are no sharp angles, even though I drew some of them that way. But I just wanted nice, gentle curves that my jigsaw could do easily. Once the side piece was cut out, I was able to flip it over and use it as a pattern to draw in the shape of the tree on the other side. This worked out far better than I thought, and even though it's not totally symmetrical, it looks very natural. With the pattern traced out, I flipped around the workpiece so I wouldn't cut into the bench and just went right down with my jigsaw and didn't cut exactly to the line. I did want it to look natural. With all of the cuts done, I then just took my sanding block and went over every edge to make sure there were no splinters. I didn't want the two center sections to be as tall as the main body of the tree, so I cut off 9 inches from the bottom of each one of those triangles. To make the base to support the tree, I used a 2x3. I just cut it in half, and then I measured the length that I wanted, which is about 2.5 feet on each one of those boards. My goal is to create kind of an asymmetrical plus sign in which the 2 feet that face the audience will be 18 inches each, and then behind the tree they'll extend about a foot. And that will give me plenty of material to attach the luan to in front of the tree. Once it's all together, I should never have to take it apart. It's at this point that I realized I'd made a mistake. I had used the wider side of the board as the measurement for the gap rather than the narrower one, so they didn't fit together. Fortunately, I just turned the boards around and went ahead and made some more slots into the boards, but this time I made them just the 1.5 inches wide. As I got close to the right size, I test fit them quite frequently and just nibbled away until they were a very snug fit. So now I have the perfect fit, and I have kind of an asymmetrical plus sign. The legs that face the audience get tapered so that you won't see them behind the wood, and the legs in the back got tapered down towards the floor so you're less likely to trip over it. Here I'm just pre-drilling right down the center so that I can put in just one screw. This next step is crucial and was probably the hardest one to set up, but I'm cutting right down the length of this 2x4 with a 45-degree angle cut. And this is going to provide me a surface to screw that luan to, so that when I attach it to the main luan surface, I'll be able to have 2 front pieces coming out at 45-degree angles. This board is 6 feet long, and with the 2 halves, I'll put that right in the middle of the main tree, and the boards will be facing each other, forming a groove. I brought the pieces into school, so here we are backstage with it assembled, and we're putting on a coat of very bright green paint. So thanks to my painting crew there to give me a hand. I just used short drywall screws to attach all the pieces, no glue. The bright green looks great, and when you view it from different angles you get really nice shadow lines, which makes it truly look 3D. The last step was to add these handles here so the stage crew can move it around easier. And here you see the feet and how it's all attached. It's quite a simple construction, and it turned out beautifully. The final step was to add some darker green paint as highlights in a swooshing motion, which really made it look much more like a spruce tree. Thanks for watching.